Hello. How's everybody doing today? Well, for starters, I'm doing great. Today was a pretty great morning. I woke up before my alarm. I don't know if that bothers anybody, but that definitely bothers me sometimes. But today I wasn't mad about it. So, anyway, hello everybody. My name is Mercedes Bounthapanya. My pronouns are she, they, and I am really excited to talk to you all about skincare. Now, some people are like, why skincare? Well, a little bit of background about me is I used to not really care about my skincare, really. I had acne in high school, but then after high school was over, my skin started clearing up, and I kind of just coasted with just having clear skin and washing my face maybe a couple times a week in the shower. I used the same cleanser that I used to use when I had acne, which I realized was not good anymore. Basically, I had a really basic skincare routine, but it wasn't really benefiting my skin. So a couple years ago, I started getting really into skincare and really started caring about what goes on my face and what it looks like to age. Because, you know, the older we get, the more collagen we lose, and I want to look young forever. So that's basically kind of the reasons why, but also in this time that we're in right now where we're kind of forced to stay home, we don't really have very much interaction, it does cause a lot of stress, not only on yourself, but your body and your skin and your mental health. And that does tend to show on your face, and it starts to mess with your daily skincare routine. So, for example, we've been in this stay-at-home order for over a month now in where we are, and I know that it's done a lot of damage to my skin. I started breaking out on my face, and it's really just based on a lot of stress and the crisis that we're going through. So the reason why I wanted to share with you my skincare routine steps is because it's quite frankly the one thing that I can control right now. And I really like being able to do something that shows results and doesn't require me to leave the house necessarily. So yeah, that's kind of like my skincare journey, and I just want to show you all what my morning skincare routine is, and then later I'll also highlight essential parts to any person's skincare routine, as well as what my nighttime skincare routine looks like. They do look very different. The morning skincare routine is a lot less labor intensive and it's a little quicker, mostly because my most labor intensive skincare routine is in the evenings. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I am not a skincare professional. I've just done a lot of research on skincare in the past few years, and I wanted to share my knowledge with all of you. And these are the things that work for me and my skin specifically. So I don't expect everyone to have the same reactions to all the skincare products I use. Maybe it doesn't work for you, and that's totally okay. I also have, you know, different products of all different like price ranges. But I will say that if you really want to get into skincare and you really want to care about what goes on your skin, it is an investment. Skincare is a huge investment, and I've spent hundreds of dollars on skincare, just basically trial and error, really, because my skin is sensitive and it goes through a lot, and you can only try so many different things at one time. So it is a very long journey, and I don't expect you to get it right on the first try. If you have any of your own skincare products that you use, feel free to go ahead and wash your face with me. So a little bit about my skin. I have combination oily skin, which basically means in my T-zone, which is my forehead and my bridge of my nose, I get really oily, and then the rest of my face kind of gets dry and patchy. But in addition to my combination oily skin, I also have eczema. So eczema is a skin condition where basically parts of my skin get really dry. I usually get it on my hands, and I also get it on my neck and then on my eyelids. So that does cause some complications with my moisturizing routine. I do heavily moisturize, but that's mostly because of my my skin condition. So today I'm going to be using 2 cleansers, a toner, some moisturizers, one with SPF and one without. And then I thought to show you, I have some other products that I'm going to show you later, but I'm also going to put some eye cream on just because I love eye cream and it's trivial right now. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, eye cream's a scam, but I personally think that if it works for me, then it works for me. I'm going to continue to spend money on it. But it is a luxury thing. You don't necessarily need eye cream like for everyday use. I just really like what it does for my skin. Some other things that you're going to need when you are washing your face is a small face towel. I bought this at TJ Maxx. I think I got like an 8-pack or something. Can't wait to go back to TJ Maxx once it opens up again. But anyway, I also have a headband on. As you can see, they are Star Wars Mickey Mouse ears. The reason why I'm wearing them today is, one, it's pushing back all my baby hairs, but also because I wish I was at Disneyland right now. And I also spent a lot of money on these ears, so I'm gonna wear them. That's really it. Okay, anyway, so the first step, and another thing that I was gonna use that I use in the morning that I'm not gonna use today because, one, I forgot to put it back in the fridge and it's not really morning anymore. So I have this jade roller. This is a really cool tool. What I really like about it is that if you put it in the fridge and you use it in the morning and you just kind of put it under your eyes and your T-zone, wherever really you feel your skin got puffy, you just kind of use this to cool your face. It helps with puffiness and just also waking your skin up because it's really cold. What I really like about it is that it has 2 different sides too, so you can get really close underneath the eyes, like that. Yeah, but I really like doing that before I start to do anything with my skincare. And always, before you start your skincare routine, does not matter what, please wash your hands first. I'm going to use some antibacterial soap and just wash my hands before doing anything because that's important to any skincare routine. Your hands are absolutely filthy. Your hands are absolutely filthy, so please wash them. I'm gonna dry my hands. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna be doing is using these 2 cleansers. And the reason why I'm using 2 different cleansers is because I'm doing something called the double cleanse method. And the double cleanse method is where you have an oil-based cleanser and a water-based cleanser, and you use both of them. Use the oil-based first and then the gel for the second. The reason why we do the double cleanse method is because for someone who does wear makeup, myself, it's really great to have a cleanser that breaks down the makeup on your face. And the reason why we take a second cleanser is because it helps get rid of all of the dirt that is on your face, in addition to the first cleanser. When you wash your face the first time, especially if you have makeup on your face, it doesn't always get all of the bacteria off of your face. So it's really great to go in the second time. This is very common in Korean skincare, and it's very popular, and that's where I adopted my use for it. Another thing that I want to note is if you do have dry skin, it may not be the best option for you unless you are willing to do like an oil to foam cleanser and a really light foam cleanser, but I use a gel cleanser and an oil cleanser because my skin can handle it. So just be wary of that. So for this one, I have the Mamonde Petal Spa Oil to Foam Cleanser. If you are wanting to use this product, I will say that it does have a scent to it. So I know that there are some people that can't use things with scents. This does have a rose scent to it, so I would not use it if you're not able to deal with that. So I usually use about 1 to 2 pumps of this cleanser, and how I apply it is I get some warm water and I damp my face first, and then I apply the cleanser with circular motions in my hand, on my face. So I damp my face, rub, and the circular motions are really important because it helps with circulation of blood flow and whatnot. So then, after you are satisfied with cleansing, avoiding your eyes, you can rinse off. And as soon as you rinse off, do not, I repeat, do not take your towel and just completely wipe it off. Please take your towel and tap. Do not rub, because that tends your skin. So I'm going to take my towel and I'm going to pat. Oh, God. I love washing my face. It makes my face feel really nice. So then after I do that, I usually don't wipe my face all the way. Usually when I'm really lazy, I just kind of keep my face wet and then start with my second cleanser. But for the purpose of showing you every single step, I dried my face, and then we're gonna dampen my face again and use this cleanser. This is from First Aid Beauty. I really like First Aid Beauty's products, so if you are interested in finding a new skincare line, First Aid Beauty is really great. This is a Red Clay Skin Rescue Deep Cleanser. I got this a few years ago, and it was like the one cleanser that I used all the time, but it was expensive, so I like kept it in my shower and only washed my face in the shower. But now that I have multiple products, it doesn't go out as fast, so I'm able to still use it every day. So wet my face, and then for the amount of product that you use for this one, I did like a less than a dime size. I did not use that much, but we're just gonna circular motions again. And sometimes I add a little bit more water to my face to get the suds going, but yeah, you can't really tell in this. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep scrubbing. And patting your face helps not tug at your skin, because you don't want to do that. Tugging at your skin does cause wrinkles and whatnot, and we don't want that. At least I don't. I mean, if you do, then that's fine, but not I. So then after that, now my face is dry, I'm going to take some cotton pads. Now, you don't have to take a cotton pad. You can honestly just put the toner straight into your hand. The reason why I'm putting it on a cotton pad is just because I can control it a little more. So I usually do about enough to cover the pad pretty well, that it's wet, and then swipe it across my face. And I try not to go over the spots that I already went over. So the reason why we use toner is because toner helps with instant hydration, as well as helps the skin look glowy and plump. The reason why we do that is because toner is really good for that to rehydrate the skin after all of these cleansers. That's why it's really important to put toner on, but it also helps with pH balance of your skin. So all those chemicals that you use, it helps just restore the natural pH of your skin. The next thing that we're going to do is use a moisturizer. The two moisturizers that I use is Confidence in a Cream by IT Cosmetics, and then Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream with SPF. The reason why I use both is because I really like the way that the Confidence in Cream feels on my face, and it's for anti-aging, but it just feels really light and it's not too oily on my skin. So as far as how much I put on, I have a big face, so I just kind of put enough on my my finger, and just tap where I want it, and then push it into the skin with circular motions. Avoiding the eyes. And then the second moisturizer we're using has SPF. The reason why we are using SPF is because UV rays are absolutely horrible for your skin, and they definitely damage your skin to the point where you will age faster. And if you start noticing liver spots or like freckles on your skin, it's because of lack of SPF and protection. So I don't want any unnecessary dark spots on my skin, and also I don't want to age that fast, so I use a little cream with SPF to help protect my skin from all of that, all the bad things. And finally, I'm going to be using 2 different eye creams. One eye cream is from IT Cosmetics. It's Confidence in an Eye Cream. And then this one is AHC. It's a Korean skincare brand, but you can actually find this at Target. And it's a really great eye cream. It is a little costly. These are both costly. Eye creams in general are costly. So the trick with eye creams, if you are going to use eye creams, use your ring finger to apply it, because your ring finger is the most delicate finger that you have, that will apply the least pressure on your eyes, and it will do the less damage. I believe someone told me that the skin tissue around your eyes are basically as thin as like a Kleenex, like tissue, like paper tissue. It is very easily, it can very easily be tugged at, and that can cause a lot of issues with your elasticity and collagen later. So I just put some on my eyes, like a really small dot, and then rubbed it together. And I just kind of go around and under. I do the same for both eye creams. I only do both because I'm excessive and I just like doing both because they feel good on my skin. You don't have to do both at all, but I choose to because it feels nice. And again, like, do things that make your skin feel good. So really, this is all I do in the morning, and it's pretty quick. If you're going through the motions, maybe it takes me about 10 minutes in the morning. Even if you do put makeup on in the morning, it is so important for you to moisturize your skin and at least wash your face, because you don't want to put bacteria on top of bacteria, and you want to make sure that your skin is a blank canvas for your makeup to be put on, because the foundation of your skin will help set the foundation of your makeup. Yeah. So that's it for my daytime routine. And then I wanted to share with you all some steps that I take for my nighttime routine, as well as some things that are just really important for you to understand when you are looking at doing your skincare routine. So something I didn't do in this video, which I usually do at night, so I don't really necessarily do it in the morning, but you should always do this as much as possible. If you're putting moisturizer and toner and whatnot on your face, please, for the love of any deities, please put it on your neck as well, because your neck is just as important as your face when it comes to moisturizing and everything, or else you're gonna end up with, really dry, like reptile neck. And it's very, very important to make sure that you do that. There are a lot of people that avoid putting things on their neck, but it's so important to make sure that you apply moisturizers and things on your neck as well, because it extends. I mean, it's just very, very important. Don't fight me on this. Just please do it. It's really important. The next step that I want to talk about when it comes to my nighttime routine is I do very much, this is obviously more an advanced skincare routine, so I don't expect everyone to do this. Like, if you are very, very new to doing skincare and you just want to stick with doing your cleanser, your toner, and your moisturizer, just stick to that. You don't have to go any further than that. You can just stick to that routine in the morning and night. It works for both. But if you want to get a little more intense, some more things about my skin. I had some bumps and some acne scars from high school that I wanted to get rid of. And something that I really that I looked into was alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids. And these acids help do different things, but they are components for chemical exfoliants. I definitely swear by chemical exfoliation every day. I know that sounds scary, but chemical exfoliation is just helping promote, one, it helps promote, regeneration of your collagen and your skin, but two, it also helps deep clean those pores, and helps heal the skin. And really do your research on chemical exfoliation, because if your skin cannot handle it, you always want to make sure to do a patch test when you're dealing with any type of acids. But some of the ones that I usually use that is really common for a lot of people, for at least alpha hydroxy acid, which is AHA, is citric acid, glycolic acid, and lactic acid. I have some products from The Ordinary that I use that have alpha hydroxy acids in it. This is a chemical peel solution, which I use maybe 2 to 3 times a week. It is very strong and it does burn if you use it every day. Do not be like me. Do not use this every day like I thought that I should. My skin could not handle it. But basically, the chemical exfoliating facial is just really good for promoting, clear skin and removing those bumps off of your face. Lactic acid is really good as well for very similar reasons. It just helps with, excuse me. It helps with kind of cleaning out your face and also regenerating the skin the dead skin cells and whatnot. Another thing that you should know is that the biggest difference between alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids is that one is oil-based and one is water-based. So if you have oilier skin, beta hydroxy acids are going to be your best friend. The most common beta hydroxy acid that people know is salicylic acid, and salicylic acid is very, very common in almost every single acne cleansing product that I know, over the counter and beauty brands. Like, salicylic acid is very, very, very common, and that just helps break down the acne, the oil on your face, and cleans out your pores. So it does that, it breaks down the oils off of your face. If you have drier skin, alpha hydroxy acids are going to be kinder to your skin. Another thing that helps retain moisture, just like the toner, if you want something a little more hydrating, is hyaluronic acid. So that's going to be something like this. I don't know if you can see it. Hyaluronic acid is really good for retaining moisture in your skin. So we produce hyaluronic acid. We have hyaluronic acid in our bodies already, but really putting it topically on your face helps retain the moisture where you want it. Having combo oily skin, a huge misconception is that we should try drying our skin, mattifying it as much as possible. But something I've really been trying to dive into this year and the past couple years has been really hydrating my skin, because if you take all the natural oils and strip all the natural oils from your skin, it does cause your body to produce even more oil. So you're not really doing your skin a service by stripping the natural oils from its skin. So I try to do everything by promoting hydration and using hyaluronic acids. The reason why I started skincare at this young is also because we do start losing collagen at a really young age too. Like, people are like, oh, anti-aging, that's like when you're like older and when you are already like losing that. But the reason why I'm promoting it now is because it's important to start early so that it promotes better healthy skin in the future. So that's another reason why I am doing all this and like showing you all the other products that I use. It does get a little confusing, so if you do have questions about a product, please feel free to comment below and I will answer those. I have no idea how to check questions on here, but I think I got it. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, if you have a question about any of the products that I'm talking about, please feel free to ask. I can only answer really products that I've used and general knowledge that I know about skincare, but I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Something that I've been really getting into has been vitamin C and peptide serums. So vitamin C, for those of you who have dark circles or hyperpigmentation on your skin, vitamin C actually is good for skin cell regeneration, and it helps with brightening the skin, evening the skin tone, helps with dark circles under your eyes. It's just really good product. So I started using this product right here, Bliss, and it has vitamin C and tripeptide serums in it. It helps with your collagen. The only thing that stinks about this is I can't really give you that much of a review about this. I just started using this a couple weeks ago, but it hasn't really done anything horrible to my skin. I really do like how it smells though. It does smell like oranges, so I really like that effect. I also bought another one. It's called Vitamin C Suspension 30% by The Ordinary. It looks like this, but I haven't used it at all. I just bought it because I saw good reviews on it. That's another thing. When you're looking at skincare products, definitely read the reviews, because some people might be like, oh yeah, it works, but then you read someone's review and you're like, no, this made me break out, and then you're just like, maybe I shouldn't use that. And then, let's see, what are some other products that I use at night? Ooh, these two are really good too. These are other exfoliation masks, chemical exfoliation masks. What's really great about these is that they're interchangeable. You don't have to use any of these 3 chemical exfoliants at the same time ever. You should never use them at the same time. But I use them interchangeably to give my skin a break from each other, from each of the products, because they do help with letting my skin breathe. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, those are some of the products that I use at night. And then I also absolutely love sleeping masks and face masks, like sheet masks. Those are my things. I love that stuff. So I have some skin sheet masks that I buy online all the time. Honestly, I really like Tony Moly. That's a really good brand. But I also really like this Laneige water sleeping mask. I got this as a gift, but I've always heard great reviews about it, and I put this on before I go to bed. My skin looks great in the morning. Another thing I also like to use at night is this Laneige lip sleeping mask, which is this little baby right here. What I really like about this is that when my lips are really dry, I just put this stuff on before I go to bed, and it like does wonders for my face, my lips. And I like have some cracks right now because I didn't moisturize this morning, but this stuff always does the trick. And this thing comes with a cute little spatula, so you don't even have to touch it with your fingers. You just kind of apply it. It's really cute, and it smells really good too. So yeah, those are some of the products that I use at night. Some product recommendations. Again, like, try to really look at the ingredients that are in facial products, mostly because if there's alcohol in it, any type of forms of alcohol in it, you might be damaging your skin more than helping it, so be careful finding those things. Some big no's when it comes to in addition to like the alcohol thing, some other things that you should really look for is make sure not to get any exfoliating cleansers with exfoliating beads in it. You want to make sure that those exfoliating beads are going to be natural and sugar based or something, because if they are not, you might be putting plastic on your face, and that is really, really damaging to your skin. And not only can it get stuck in your pores, but it also isn't good for the fishies, because they will not dissolve in the water. And when you are washing your face in the sink and it goes down the pipes, the fish will think that it's food and that will kill them. So just for the environment as well as for your skin, exfoliating beads are just not the way to go. If you are, look for sugar scrubs. The 2 sugar scrubs that I use are from Skin Food. I have the black sugar honey mask, and I use the black sugar one. I just recently got this one because I could not buy this one online for some reason, but I really like the way it feels. It's just a wash off mask. It has honey in it, and honey is also really good for hydration. So I really like that. And the ingredients, you just know what's in it. It's honey, sugar. It's basically just honey and sugar, and maybe a few other like nutrients to help promote healthy skin. But beware, like, don't get too coarse of sugar, because it can cause like scratching of the skin, and not in a good way. Like, too big pieces can hurt your skin. And some other helpful tips when going with your skincare routine would be to make sure to, well, I have contacts on, but I usually wear glasses. In addition to washing your hands, you should also wash your glasses. I usually just take antibacterial soap and wash underneath the frame, because that is so nasty. We accumulate so much oil and dirt underneath our glasses every day that I have to wash my glasses at least, once or twice a day. And then I take lens cleansing wipes and then wipe the frame, the lenses. But as far as the frame, I do take antibacterial soap and wash them. It is really great because for glasses wearers, we do typically forget to disinfect them before putting them back on our face because we can't see. So that's really important. But I also understand that doesn't really go for everyone. But if you do already remember it, then just forget I ever said anything. Anyway, I'm looking at all the products that I have here, and I think that I have covered all of the skincare products that I use. Some things that really help promote great skin if you want to start doing better is not only what skincare regimen you do, but also the things that you put in your body. So drinking a lot of water helps with glowing skin, and it also really helps with just flushing out all the toxins in your body. So make sure to drink a lot of water. If you can avoid it, try to avoid eating dairy, because I know that some people that are lactose intolerant, me, if I eat dairy, it doesn't necessarily do absolutely horrible things to my body, but it does definitely cause breakouts sometimes, just because of how much sugar is in milk and dairy products and fats, and that does make you retain water and whatnot in your face, so that does do some damage. But yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily eat the healthiest, but I definitely try to drink a lot of water to help keep my skin hydrated and flushing out all those toxins. But yeah, those are basically all the tips that I have for you all. If you want any suggestions about any of the products that I used today or discussed a little bit, please feel free to put a comment in below and I can answer them, but the floor is open for questions. Yeah, peep the mermaid thing. It says mermaids welcome. It's one of my favorite finds. I found it at Target, I think. Yeah, I think it was Target. But anyway, that's really it. I'm just gonna give it a second to see if anyone has any questions. I think that this is... Well, I think my moment of silence was enough. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a DM, whatever have you. But thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you took something away from today. Bye!